and welcome to my channel. What do I have for you today? Oh dear, she's been playing, as you will soon see. You see, the trouble is I'll watch the YouTube videos and I think, oh, I like that, I like that, I like that, I'll have a go at that, I'll have a go at that. And then I seem to combine it all in one go. Never mind. What have we got? Machine. Doesn't come out very often because it plays the backup, but it come out this time. Over the days, this is what I've been up to. So I've been having a go at quilting. Yeah, just on a backing. So we had a go at that. Put him over there. I did a rather big bit. Quilted a rather big bit. Not on a backing, I hasten to add, not yet. But it was big and strange and all sorts of things. It'll come in handy for something. You know it will. It'll be used. So we did that one. Then I was seeing slow stitching. So I thought, well, how does slow stitching work? Well, sort of like this. What you do is you've got your backing. Yeah, your backing. You've got your different bits of material. And you can pin them on. You can, like, big tacking stitch them on together. You can do them as you go and machine them in. All sorts of ways of doing it. And then you just get your thread, your bigger thread, you know, this sort of thread. Cross stitch thread, embroidery thread. And you do your lines. And the lady I saw doing this one, she said, try and get your stitches together, as in the same sizes. I did try. There's another one. Just a different colour thread on it. And then things got a bit bigger. It got to this size and it got very scrappy and it was like, you know, all sorts bit, all sorts of stitches. And there's the back of it. You think, oh, isn't there any colour on there? But there is. It's just a lighter cotton. So that one got done. I think I was aiming at like the other way around, because you have to make sure if you're doing something like a purse, you've got to make sure if you've got like characters on there, they're up the right way for that bit of material. So I think that might have been aiming at a purse, but it needs lining, it needs finishing off and all sorts of things. I was just having fun. Then I saw the snippet rolls. Oh, I'll have a go at that. I've done snippet rolls before. This is where you just take a bit of material or backing, big tack your bits on where you want them. I even put wool on there. Then, when we get back far enough, see if we can roll it. I pinned that because it was undoing itself. And again, you start, or you're slow stitching the bits on. That's what you're up to, just as it comes. Now, because I used a coloured background, I've not put bits of material everywhere because I've let some of the background show through. I've even put knitted bits on there or crocheted bits on there. Once it's all had its slow stitch done, then I'll take out the big tacking stitches and it'll look a lot better. And then I can add other bits. So I'm thinking, what else could I add? And it's like, uh-oh, another thought, Lynn. Yo-yos. Ever done yo-yos? You know me. Had to have a go at yo-yos. What do you do for these? Well, you get yourself a round bit of material. You're going to do a little tack stitch all the way around. And you're going to pull it together. That's the basics of it. And what happens is you get one of these. Now, that one I did, and I folded over the edge. So as I'm stitching, I'm putting this over and then I'm stitching it. So that was that one, but I thought, it's a bit plain, it's a bit boring. So I tried another one in a different material, still the same effect. It wasn't quite doing it for me. Aha! Let's use the old pinking shears, go around the edge of your circle, and then when you sew those up, they get like it looks like a hat, doesn't it? Yeah, it's just got a bit on the end. So you sew it round still, pull it together, scrunch it up, sew it off, knot it off, and you're good to go. So I did a few of those, as I would, in different materials. So that was my yo-yos, to hopefully go on to the hand stitching. But then I saw a lady who did something like this. Can you see that? That's got everything on it. Now this was the piece of fabric or the piece of wadding, whatever you're going to use. You can see I've done all the same stitch when I've been sort of keeping it on. This machine, which is pretty good, it's a Husqvarna. It does do a range of stitches, which is handy when you want to be doing some embroidery. Anyway, so first of all you've got your backing, then you can put your squares of, like your patchwork to do. Then you can see I've put some yo-yos in there. I've put bits of lace in there. I've got bits of wool, just cut-offs. And then I thought, well, I'll put a bit of lace around the outside. Went mad. Just kept going and going. And then you really have to pin it, because obviously it's going to move and go everywhere. You could sew it, but I just pinned it. And then I did my fancy stitching over it. I reckon I like that block. No idea what I should use that for. I'm sure it'll come in handy for something. So I thought I'd just show you a small one that I'm just about to have a go at. It's the backing. It's got some big material on there, like the other, where were they? Let's have a look. Like that, before I've done any slow stitching on it, because we're not doing slow stitching this time, this is machine. Then I've put all my little cut-offs on. You see all little raggy bits and tatty bits that are trying to escape. Then I've pinned it. Then I've put the orgasma, it's called. Careful. See if we can. It's this. Yeah, you can get this in any of the material shops, and you can get it in different colours. But what it does, it sort of acts as a keep safe, keep steady stuff, and it pins it all in. What'll come next is to machine it. Shall we have a go? Why not? Let's do this live. This is where I'll probably stick the pins or the machine in my arms or my ears. I'm trying to let you see that. Now clearly we'll put him under, and you're going to have to get your pins out your way pretty quick, because you really don't want to be pinning or using your machine over the pins, because it'll break your needles. So we'll take the pins out that are in the way, because we've got our foot there. Do you have a stitch? Let's come down to these flashy ones over here. I like that. I'll have a number 18. And you get going. Some people like to use like a stick to keep this down in front of this, but I'll risk it. I've been machining that long, she says. She sticks the needle in herself. So I'm going to go down there to secure that side. too close to the edge because I want it in so that I can lift him up and turn him. Should we have a different stitch? It's always fun, isn't it? Let's have a different stitch. I'm going to come down that one. It's not exactly fast. It tries. I mean, I could come down with just a normal stitch and it would go, but got a pin coming up. Let's get him out. But what I want to do is just do it a bit fancy. The pedal seems to be leaning on something. It's not going very fast. Hold on. Let's move the pedal. Right. That was its speed. Not to worry. I've got a little bit of lace there trying to come out, so I'll just shove him in a bit. Talk amongst yourselves while this sorts itself out. I won't go too far, just so that you can get the idea of what I'm up to. Makes a bit more noise when it's got to go over a bit of thickness. I have noticed that. You're thinking, oh, please don't break, needle. Please keep going. We'll get down to this end and we'll see what it's done. On there, I don't want that one to catch. But I mean, you can add anything you want. You can add bits of wool, bits of material, bits of lace. Nearly there, isn't he? Should we? Okay, I'll tell you what, I'll bring him out just so we can see what he's doing. Scissors, off, take the ends off. Okay, there we are. You can't quite see it too much on this. It's not exactly bright, is it? Turn him over and you can see it's catching, hopefully, down there and down there. If you wanted to do it in a different colour, you can always put different colour thread in your machine. And it will stand out even more. It's just that I've got white on there at the moment. Because my dear machine had to go and be fixed. It was making such a row. And I thought, oh, I can't stand this. I mean, there's noise and there's noise. So off we went to the fixers. Well, it was shut down, so we had to drop it outside the shop place, the workshop. Then the man came and took it away, put it into quarantine and did whatever he wiped it or whatever he had to do, fixed it, and then it came back. But what he did suggest was using best thread. I mean, I use any thread for doing my normal sewing. But now, because he was poorly and he had to go into the workshop, I'm using best thread. Now, if we can see this, let's see if I can get him off. It's a Gutterman, I don't know how you say it, 100% polyester. It just says how long it is. Made in Germany, but he says that's the best thread you can get for your machines. So he's got it. Because it doesn't come out very often, so when he does, he has the best thread. But that is the starting of my little panel there, which obviously won't be as big as that, but should be as interesting as that. I've not put yo-yos on it because I've not made myself small enough yo-yos yet. You need that's like too small to put one of the big ones on. Where did they go? You start putting that in there and you're taking up half the picture, aren't you? Perhaps I could sew them on afterwards. There's nothing to stop me doing that. Another thought, isn't it? But I thought I'd show you, just so I'd bring you something different for me. While I was doing my the slow stitching, these ones, I thought, oh, I fancy a tin. So I've got myself a specific little tin. I've got pins, I've got needles, I've got the white thread to do like tacking and to do the yo-yos, and then I've got some thread. I've also got these little clippy things. They're good sometimes. So that's my new little sewing tin, because my scissors will fit in there nicely. So will whatever I'm working on at the time. It means I can take it with me and I can do it. Like if we've gone to the seafront, I can sit there quite nicely and sew. Just makes a change from crocheting, makes a change from art. And you know me, I'm always changing something. I'm always up to something. So I think that's about it for the day. Yeah, I don't know what else I can tell you. But I can tell you, it's fun. It's different. Have a go. You never know what you'll come up with. You know, whether you're just planing it or whether you're going mad with it. Whether you're doing small or larger or even larger. That's cool, that is. I quite like that, how that's turned out. What about you? What are you going to make next? Go find yourself your scraps of material and all your offcuts and bung them together. Hopefully you have a machine, perhaps not that one, but I mean you can still do it hand. You know, we've already worked out that we can do it by hand, and this will become a snippet roll. They'll all be hand stitched on. Then I should put some like embellishment bits on. As you say, you know, you can ding, put your bits on there, my yo-yos. Then I should cut it to get it clearly just to a roll rather than having bits sticking out everywhere. And then I can back it, put one back on so that you don't see all of this. There's still lots to do. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Do give us a thumbs up. Do subscribe. Because as we've said before, you never know what I'm going to come up with. I'm a girl of many, talents, skills, whatever you want to say. I just like to have fun. And I like to play. And then I'll move on to something else. So on that note, I shall say, stay safe, take care. You know what it is. It's bye-bye for now.